How many yards do you think Adrian's going to have on Sunday?
100 to 150 in the first half.
Purple pride, purple pride, purple pride, purple pride.
The Pride Report with Fernando Jackson.
Welcome to the Pride Report. I'm Fernando Jackson. Sitting next to me, Smelligs Bird.
Hello.
Vikings are coming off a huge road victory, a 23-6 win at Houston over the Texans. Vikings looked downright dominant on defense and limited mistakes on offense. It was a great game.
That's how we need to win games.
Texans started off with the ball. They had a nice solid drive. Looks like they were going to have their way with the Vikings after that first drive.
Looked like they had a little groove setting in.
It wasn't sitting easy with me. But the Vikings held them to a field goal.
That's the most important thing, yep.
And then the Vikings would get the ball back on the next drive and drive all the way down for a 3-yard touchdown pass from Ponder to Rudolph. During that drive, Adrian Peterson's first run of the game, a 20-yard scamper on 1st and 15.
You know, that got us all giddy.
Yeah, how does he always have a... don't ask questions. Adrian, you keep doing what you're doing. 7-3 the score after that. The next 5 possessions for the Houston Texans would result in 4 punts and a lost fumble. The Vikings defense, this was their best game by far.
Got pressure with our forefront, and that fumble you talked about, Foster didn't fumble too often.
No.
That was a big turnover for us.
Very big turnover. And Vikings would only manage 2 field goals in that and go into halftime with a 13-3 lead. Great lead on the road.
Yep, 10 points, 2 possessions. You love that.
Perfect. Starting off in the second half, Vikings get the ball first. They drive down, kick a field goal. Blair Walsh, he broke the record for most field goals made from 50-plus yards. He's 9 for 9 on the season right now. What a find.
Yep. And that 9th one was tied Vikings record.
Yep, tied Paul Ettinger for the longest one. Paul Ettinger had the game-winning field goal of 56-yarder. Might have been against the Bears, I don't remember. But next week in the paper it said the Love Boot.
Yeah, that was that
the
year.
Love Boat happened.
Yep.
Also with that same year, that was in 2006. That was also the last time the Houston Texans were held without a touchdown. No touchdowns for the Texans. First time in 6 years. That defense really did it. Vikings get some more field goal. Yeah, we're up 16-3. The key play of the game coming on 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. The Texans had their first successful drive of the second half. They get down to the 1, 1st and goal, an incomplete pass, a run stuff up the middle on 3rd down. Fred Evans with a 14-yard sack. Huge play, because that could have been a momentum changer there. That would have cut the lead to 3. I think it would have been 6. It would have been 16-10.
And I thought they were going to go for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but that sack, no, you can't go for it.
You knock out yes, that's exact. Huge sack, play of the game by far, big turning point. They kick the field goal. Vikings would eventually score another touchdown. Toby Gerhardt with a 3-yard run. And I liked how they brought Toby in because Houston, they were keying in on Adrian. Every single, Adrian.
They stacked the box.
He still managed 86 yards. It's not a bad performance, but he did what he did.
Yeah, Toby came in when the pressure was off a little bit. Can't just key on the running game.
You can't.
And then he ran wild at the end.
Yep. All right, Ponder finished the game 16 of 30, 174 yards and a touchdown. He had 7 rushes for 48 yards.
Big rushes.
Nice long one on 3rd and short, I believe. It was an offsides. Ponder ran away from everyone, cut down the middle of the field, like 27 yards.
Made some guys miss.
Made some guys miss. He didn't lose a fumble, but that was just good defense by the Texans. Adrian would finish 25 carries, 86 yards. He had like 2 20-yarders, so if you take those 2 out, it was a pretty mediocre game for Adrian. For any other running back, they'd be lucky to get
they love it.
Gerhardt would finish with 8 carries, 31 yards. He had 1 5-yard catch. And our receivers getting more in the game. We have 5 catches out of Jarius Wright. Jerome Simpson had 4. I think he only had 1 drop.
Everything we wanted.
Yeah.
He did have 1 drop.
Jenkins got a couple. And Jenkins big on some 3rd down, snatching the ball out of the air. That's what he should be doing. Big, tall frame. You got to take advantage of that. Rudolph also had 3 catches for the Vikings, including that touchdown. Coming up in Week 17, the division rival. We hate them
it couldn't end
more than
better.
any other team. The Green Bay Packers come into town. If the Vikings win, they're in the playoffs, no questions asked. If they lose, they can still get in, but 3 other teams have to lose. And the Packers are also playing for a first-round bye. They can secure that number 2 seed with a win, and just with a win. But if they lose, they would need the 49ers to lose to the Cardinals.
Not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. So Packers need this game if they want the 2 seed, but if the Vikings win, when the Vikings win, and they have that number 6 seed, they will more than likely, 95% chance sure, they are going to go to Lambeau and play the wild card playoffs in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
We did it that one year.
Vikings and Packers have only met one other time in the playoffs. That came in the wild card. 2003, Randy Moss's last touchdown, his first stint with the Vikings. And the Moss Moon was a thing of beauty.
Heard all around the world.
Heard all around the world, yeah. That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss. Go fuck yourself, Joe Buck. I like the Vikings at home. That defense isn't stopping Adrian at all. 38-17. Defense making plays. Aaron Rodgers getting hit. And we're going to do the same thing to them the next week in Lambeau for the wild card playoffs.
I have to agree with you. Our keys are get Adrian to run wild, get pressure with the 4-man front. We'll be doing just fine.
Keep it up. Defense, they played great on the road. They play even better at home.
Oh, yeah.
Home cooking to the Dome. Last game at the Dome,
Let's
too.
not forget that, yes.
Final game at the Dome.
No better way to finish
Let's wipe our asses with the Packers. With Fernando Jackson, he's Smelligs Bird. His dad's Larry Bird.
Yeah.
You can check us out at purplepridepod.com. We are also at thevikingship.net. We're done talking. Vikings making the playoffs, making some noise. Adrian MVP. Peace, I'm out of here.